Okay, y'all. We here. Let's go ahead and cut the beat and let's go ahead and get into it. Got a few people in here about got 10. Okay, 10. Okay. Make sure everybody hit the thumbs up. I'm hoping notifications are going out more now. Seems like it. Turn it down here. Cool. So yeah, let's get into it, man. I'm gonna be on here about an hour 15 tops. This ain't gonna be a 2-hour thing here tonight. Just want to do some other stuff. Let's see here. Robert Henry, he said let the beat drop. What's going on? All right, y'all. So welcome back to another live stream. Got about 12 people. Okay. And we can go ahead and let's get this thing on the go. Stray said, what up, Breaker Gang? What's going on, man? All right, so hope everybody had a good weekend, man. The weekend delivered as far as fights. When it came down to it, we had some good WMMA fights. The main event wasn't crazy. It wasn't like insane, but it was all right. It turned out to be a better fight than I thought. Yeah, I went 2-2 this time. I was like, I had to go two. I went 2-2. I had to make a change on Vieira Tate. Boxing, of course, that's a given. Terrence Crawford won, but it was a crazy stoppage, man. Stray, I know you saw the fight. Terrence Crawford, I said he was either going to stop Porter or win a decision, but I didn't see the stoppage coming in that fashion, man. I thought the stoppage was going to be legit. As far as Terrence Crawford just dominating. But other than that, man, I was just like, Kenny Porter made the wrong choice, man, for Sean. He should have let him keep going. He was almost in the championship rounds, and he robbed him of that, man. He stopped him in the 10th round, and I was like, yo, what's going on? Sean's still here. He's coherent. Let the fight go on, right? But it is what it is, man. That's another video I'm about to put out. But we're going to talk about this WMMA. Two Beats, what's going on? He said, I said, fight card was atrocious. Oh, man, it wasn't bad, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, it wasn't the best card, but it wasn't atrocious. I mean, define atrocious for you. I mean, you sound like a dark cloud or something, man. It wasn't that bad. Bruno, what's up? Bungalow said, hope all of y'all having a good evening. Taylor put a whooping. You mean Ketlin put a whooping on Misha? Yeah, Ketlin did. Yeah. But I'm going to start from the bottom here, and we're going to work our way up. I want to talk about these strawweight fights first and what I've been seeing in these strawweights. Who am I impressed with? Who I'm not impressed with. All right. So Sam Hughes versus Luana Pinheiro. I know everybody feels how they feel. I got a video coming, but I thought that Kenta said it was a boring card. I don't know what y'all talking about, man. I wasn't bored. I thought Loopy Loma delivered. Taila, she damn sure delivered. Kevin Vieira and Misha Tate turned out to be a good fight. Those were what I was watching it for real. So it wasn't boring to me. Anyways, I ain't gonna pay no mind to that because it wasn't boring in my opinion. Sam Hughes and Luana Pinheiro. I think that Luana, she, to me, okay, I see where she could have won the fight. I see where Sam could have won the fight. I saw your video, BJ. Straight up robbery, I don't know. I wouldn't really call it that. But I think that Sam, to me, could have won it on a card. I thought it could have been a split decision either way. 30-27, that was crazy. I mean, what third round were people watching? That's why I want to know. Like, third round, Sam clearly won that. And the second round was pretty much a gimme. Luana Pinheiro, the round she won clearly was the first round. I never really thought that in MMA they score knockdowns big, but it's kind of like how they choose. It's who they choose to give a big round to if they score a knockdown, So to me, it wasn't really like a big showcase. It wasn't like a big showcase for Luana Pinheiro. You know, I know a lot of people are high on her. You know, people are gonna keep picking her just because. But I'm not impressed, man. I mean, I'm not saying she's a bad fighter or anything, but I'm just saying there's still a lot of work there to be done. You know, I expected her, from what everybody was telling me, I expected her to go in there and finish Sam if that was the case. You know, I thought she was going to go in there and use this judo or score a knockout because of the power that she carries. But it's kind of like she's in the Mackenzie Dern territory. You know, she's in that same realm where she has like certain tools that are strong, but she doesn't really have like a very, very strong middle ground. You know, Mackenzie Dern, she's great on the ground. You know, she has a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but her wrestling is not very good. You know, her clinch work ain't good. You know, she has power, but her striking is still subpar. You know, same can be said with Luana Pinheiro. You know, she has power, but it's something about her footwork is just not that good. You know, she uses too much movement. I think she needs to slow it down a little bit. It's just she really needs to get off the bike, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, she was on the bike a lot in this fight. And like, thing is, Sam was hitting her with low kicks, but Sam Hughes never pulled the trigger to the point where Luana Pinheiro had to move so much. You know what I mean? Like, Luana Pinheiro was like constantly moving here. And I think that's why she was gassing out. And in that third round, almost gassed herself out. Got hit with a body shot. And I thought it was about to be over for her. You know what I mean? Like, it was like the bell that saved her, you know? But other than that, yeah, like I said, she's got some good tools a la Mackenzie Dern, but until she gets with a really good striking coach and a good wrestling coach, I don't think she really advances to the top 10. You know what I mean? Like, Australia, I can't say she's not on my triple threat. You know, there's still a lot to be done there. I'll say similar to Casey O'Neill. You know what I mean? They're decent, but there's still some work there before I can say they're a threat to somebody in the top 10, if that makes sense. What did let me see what did I have here? I'm gonna pull up real quick. But for Sam, he was like the thing I think about her. You know, like I said, I'm a fan of her. You know, we talk. That was just my fan pick too, but I thought she did have the skill. It was like my fan pick and my technical pick, because when it came down to it, I think she still has better technique. It's just the execution. It's the trigger. You know what I mean? You got the gun. You just have to pull the trigger. That's what it is for her, because she had the skills to outstrike and outwork Luana Pinheiro. But it's on you to do it. You know, it's on you to do it. You know, before the fight, I said Luana Pinheiro, man, she doesn't do well under pressure. She really doesn't. And Randa showed that in one round. You know what I mean? Like, Randa showed the pressure in one round. Like, I'm gonna dog you, I'm gonna press you, and I don't care about your judo. You know what I mean? Randa did that, right? But you know, Randa got tossed a couple of times, but Randa bounced back up and put a pressure on Luana that she couldn't really handle. And I think that's why she kind of found that escape in that DQ. I'm just saying. But other than that, those are the things that I've seen, like, where Sam could have, you know, capitalized on that. Because, yeah, again, like I said, I think her technique is better. So with that being said, there's work to be done on both sides. You know, I think Sam Hughes, for her type of style, she needs to link up with fighters coaches like Trevor Whitman, and, you know, fighters like J.J. Aldridge, Rose Namajunas. I think they could get her sharp and get her to execute those strengths that I think she has. and that we kind of seen, you know, and then if she's around them type of fighters, I think they can pull it out of her, you know, and that type of coach. Let me see. Daniel ever said Luana disappointed? I mean, I picked Hughes. I mean, yeah, like, everybody picked Luana like they was high on her, like they was guaranteed. I told you I can guarantee. Like, these lower fights are 50-50. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't really go in and say, well, I told you so, I know, because the lower fights are harder to pick. Straya said Luana disappointed me, but she did win it. 29-28. She had a chance to finish, Sam, but didn't get it done. Yeah, I can't argue with that. 29-28. If you had it that, I could have seen it either way. I could have seen Sam win it. I could have seen Luana win it. I thought Sam won it. They both could have finished each other, in my opinion. You know, Sam landed some good left hooks in this fight. You know, that was her time to, you know, get it in. It just wasn't there. Luana got on the bike in the third because she thought she had the first two. I think she should have gone for it, left no doubt. I thought she went on the bike because she was just tired. You know, because she was like, she looked tired. Like, she was trying to avoid the punches or the striking match. Davis, I think they cut Hughes. It's possible. 0-3, you might get one more chance, but it is possible. It is possible. Nabaj said, who is your triple threat at strawweight? Loopy's in mine. And yeah, I can say Lemos is in there. You know, I'm kind of looking at the prospects. You know, we know Taila, she's ranked. Taila Santos is my triple threat, and she just beat a number 5, and yeah, so she's in there. So I can put Lemos in there. I don't know who the third is though. I definitely got Loopy and Lemos in there though. Yeah, Daniel, it's possible. I think they could. BJ, what's going on? Yeah, Sam's jabs were good. I just needed to see her follow up, man. You know? That's why people telling me, oh, it was 30-27. I'm like, dude, like, what are y'all watching? I mean, you can't change my mind. I'm just saying, like, what are y'all watching? I mean, everybody that told me it was 30-27 could justify it, you know, that everybody could back it up. I mean, at least BJ got on. He says a robbery. He gives hard evidence for what he saw. You know, BJ gave me hard evidence on what he saw. I gave him evidence on what I saw. You know, I could see it split either way, but it was not 30-27. I just think Luana needs more work. You know, Luana Pinheiro needs more work before people hype her up to be this next thing. But let's go to this fight, man. Let's talk about my new inductee to the strawweight triple threat. And I mean, it's double trouble right now because I only have 2. I mean, I only have 2 right now, for sure. Lemos and Loopy are my 2. And I went with Loma, you know, another experienced pick here. You know, I went with Loma, but I saw this coming. I saw it coming though, man, for real. It was bound to happen, you know, because Loopy has tools, more tools than Loma. Loma has the experience, but the math, I miscalculated. I said, okay, well, Loopy has tools, but can she execute? And that was proof last night. She had tools and she executed. She had every single tool she needed to nullify a Muay Thai fighter, and she did that. You know, and that's what I needed to be proven wrong. Prove me wrong, you're doing something right. You know, so now moving forward, I'm never going to pick against Loopy again unless she goes to 125, you know, unless he goes to 125. So, to be said, also ever she's gone exclusive is Loopy. She's a goon. Yeah, she's Loopy now for sure. Robot Chickens, what's up? He says, the gang I'm in, Stamina Breaker gang, what's going on? We in this thing, man. We talking, man. BJ said, yeah, definitely not 30-27. I mean, the arguments you made, the ones I made are legit. And I'm not just saying that. They're legit. But Loopy, man, she showed me something, man. Like I said it last night. Loopy showed me what it's crazy. This is how my mind think. I was just like going back in time. I'm like, this is what wrestlers need. I'm like, Tisha needed this. I was like, Carla Esparza needed this type of boxing. Carla needed this type of striking to really put strawweights on notice. And I think if Loopy, for what she has now, if she continues to develop, she could be like should I say it? Dare I say it? Loopy could be like an educated Andrade. I mean, what do you think? I mean, think about it. It's still far off the tell, but Lupita Benitez could be an educated Jessica Andrade. I mean, I'm saying it. I mean, she's got the strength. I mean, if she learns how to sit down on her punches, she could be knocking people out. I mean, she's already like out-strengthened these girls on her level. You know what I mean? She's not as like grounded as Andrade, but she has the speed and the technical growth there. You know what I mean? Like she steps in with a left hook, she'll dip out. Her right hand over the top is nice. Good stick and move. You know what I mean? Just stuff that Carla needs to do. Like Carla's so used to shooting for ankles. She's never really setting the things off of punches. Like Lupita's in here working. You know what I mean? She's doing everything. A little bit of everything, man. BJ said, does she have that power? I think she does, man. It's just a matter of how she throws it. She just doesn't she doesn't sit down on the punches, BJ. She wants to get out, because she's shorter and she doesn't want to stay in the pocket and get picked apart. So, she'll step out, then come back. Step out and come back. You know what I mean? A robot chicken. Oh, no. No, man. She ain't no special ed version of Andrade. If anything, she's learning more and she has more technique. You know what I mean? She's got more technique in there. Her striking, her stand-up is smarter. Okay, don't mix up power with technique now. Yeah, Andrade can hit hard, but does she pick her punches in a smart way? Andrade leads with her face sometimes. I mean, I ain't going, okay, Loopy takes a few shots here and there, but there's more feints there, and there's timing in there. You see what she was doing to Loma, timing her, catching them legs, double leg, boom, taking her down, man. Zama says physicality and size on Andrade level. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, early on, she can develop into that. I mean, she sits down on them punches, you might start seeing knockouts or knockdowns. So it's a lot of good work. 2B said, by the way, Triple L comes from her post-fight interview where she revealed that backstage people called her Loopy Loca. Oh, what's that? Is that crazy or is Loco? Is that Loca for the women? She is crazy. I mean, in a good way. I mean, Loopy crazy because she want to fight 4 times a year. She want to fight at 125. And at first I was kind of thinking like some of y'all, I was like, she's staying too active, man. She gotta take a break, but she takes advantage, man. Like she takes these fights, but she's actually gaining experience. She's not there to get a paycheck. I mean, okay, she's there to get a paycheck, but she's also there to grow. And she's been getting better. Technically, she's 3-1 this year. I thought she beat what's her name, Jessica Benet. I thought she beat Juarez. Luana Carolina, she gave her a tough fight. She lost that fight to me. Now she beats Loma. So she's been taking some good fights. and she's been making an impression on the lower half here. But with that being said, like with the win against Loma, should she be number 15 or should she be number 15 after one more win? One more win and we give her the number 15 spot? Let me pull up these rankings because these rankings are ridiculous sometimes, man. Hold on. Robot Chicken says she's special ed, Andra. You crazy, Robot Chicken. You know, I can't even say she's special ed. If anything, she's a not even a poor version of Andrade. She's a developing version because there's still a lot to say. Like, she's even like showing me more than what Carla had back in Invicta days. You know what I mean? Like, when I first seen Carla like 8 or 9 years ago, I was like, Carla's good, but she needed this, you know. So let's look at these rankings, okay? Jessica Panay is number 15. Brianna Van Buren advances to 14 off of a shakeup, I guess. I mean, okay. What has Brianna Van Buren done as of lately to continue to elevate? I don't know. But Loopy needs to be in line for number 15, if anything. Well, let me see here. All right. So, Brianna Van Buren beat Souza in 2019, lost to Tisha Torres in 2020, over a year ago. Over a year ago, and she's in number 14. Brianna Van Buren is number 14. She went up to 14, and she ain't performed in over a year. Look, I like Brianna Van Buren. I'm just saying these rankings don't make sense. It's nothing against the fighter. It's nothing against her. This is the rank. This is the ranking system. I'm taking this out on the ranking system because Brianna Van Buren does not need to elevate just because somebody exits the rankings. If Felice Herrig is out of the rankings, then you go with the next best thing, which would be Lupita. Because you have to study. You have to say, okay, Tisha Torres defeated her a year ago, and she's been gone over a year and a half. So what do? Well, we take Brianna Van Buren out. We put Jessica Panay up, I guess, because she does have a controversial win over Lupita. Then we put Lupita in number 15. Right? I don't know. It makes too much sense, I guess. So that's probably why. The boss said now she can take a little break, though. You've got to take some time between training camps and learn new things. Yeah, I agree. You know, take the winter off. Maybe come back in the spring. We'll go from there. Zaman said Loopy won't beat the likes of Ebas, Lemos, Rodriguez. She could beat Zhang, though. You never know. Don't, never say, well, you didn't say never. You just said she won't. But never say never either. You probably thought Carla was going to lose to Marina Rodriguez. But, hey, Marina, she couldn't handle that groundwork. So, you never know. Again, Ebas is good. But Lupita can catch up. Let's put it that way. If anything, Lupita can't defeat Rose. She can't defeat Joanna. She can't defeat Andrade. She can't defeat Rodriguez and Lemos, yes. But Ebas, I wouldn't put in there. I mean, like, it's not like a great talent gap from them two. So, experience, yes, but I mean, she can catch up. Robert Henry said, I promise you, Marcus, I wasn't going to say anything. 2B-Side say she should either fight one more unranked fighter or an 11 through 15 and break in. Yeah, let's do one more unranked fighter. Straya said Pinheiro, Fry, or Cheyenne Bays. Oh, Stamina like Cheyenne. He's a fan of Cheyenne Bays. Okay. Jenny Fry, That would be a good striking test. Luetta Pinheiro, that would be her judo versus her wrestling. But I think that the kickboxing is way better of Lupita Benitez. Yeah, I do. Brian Williams says Van Buren in the rankings is disrespectful. Yeah, you ain't lying. I mean, it's been a year, right? It's been a year. It is kind of disrespectful to have her in there. All right, y'all gotta slow down. Where am I? Okay. Jamin said Torres pieces up Loopy bad. Well, yeah, that's my girl Torres. I mean, Torres got the combinations. I mean, I'm not putting her in there with Torres yet. I mean, eventually she could get there, but I mean, I won't say bad. I mean, Brianna Van Buren has no business having a number. Okay, Brian said Loopy's good for the company. She is. BJ said Brianna Van Buren is in because she'll be back at the start of 2022. Oh, that's good. That's a good justification. Bruno, what's up? He said, why don't you cover one FC? There's a lot of talent there. I cover the fights, you know. I mean, I could cover more. I mean, if I have time. I mean, I cover Invicta. I cover a little bit of everything. But I mean, if it comes across and I have time, I'll do it. I mean, I'm covering one FC, Stan Fairtex and Fogot for sure. Let's see. Hold on, Van Buren needs to win before being ranked. Yeah, Robot Chick, she got to win before being ranked. Jamin said we saw Loopy could not engage in grappling with Panay. In that case, low IQ, she would have a hard time with Dern and Verna. Let me think about that for her. Verna, styles make fights, and I think Verna could win. I think Verna could beat Loopy for sure. I won't say for sure, but she could. Dern, to me, doesn't have that wrestling, though. Dern doesn't have that wrestling. Montserrat Ruiz versus Luana or Loopy. Oh, that would be crazy. I mean, Loopy wins, but Montserrat Ruiz is crazy, man. That would be crazy. Well, Stamina said, what did I say? He said, you'll never find my fingerprints on it. Hey, I'm just reading the comments, Stamina. I didn't say it. I mean, you better take that up with Straya. I'm just reading. What was given to me. And he said you a Bays fan. Stamina Bays. Stamina Buys. Cheyenne MC, however you want to call it. BJ said Loopy versus Yoder. I'll take that. Ashley Yoder just signed a 4-fight contract. We can do that. Give her a long, lengthy striker or a grappler. No, Yoder's dangerous now. Has Yoder ever been finished? As much as y'all don't like Yoder's never been finished, though. All right, y'all can't count Yoder out, though, man. Yoder is a kind of like a zombie, too. She keeps coming. Ashley Yoder, if you don't like her, but yeah, she's never been finished. She's got skills, too. I mean, to that level. If you can't get past her, then, you know, you probably have to rethink some things. Yeah, anyways, Loopy deserves another fight, you know, to decide her. I'll say deserves. Let's say she should. She should get one more fight before getting into the top 15. That's cool. We don't want to. There's no need to rush her. All right, so strawweight's down. BJ, let's jump to this flyweight talk. Oh, man. Let's talk, y'all. Here it is. Let me go ahead and put it. Let me enlarge this photo. You know, this is my girl, but I got to call talent. I got to show y'all some talent. I'm going to block out the chat here just so y'all see this. Y'all all see it. The triple threat strikes once again. Triple threat strikes once again. Let's go ahead and get that picture up there. Soak it in. BJ, I'm a little pressed for time today, but we need to get you back on. I need my flyweight correspondent one day this week because we got to go in. I would send the link out, but I'm trying to get everything in because I got to get out of here in a minute. Not like I'm, no emergency, nothing like that. I just have some stuff to do. But my flyweight correspondent. See, this is where I'm telling you, look, you can't battle with me on some of these fights here. You know what I'm talking about? Like, when we talking about these high-level fights, I'm telling you what's going to happen. Because I followed JoJo for a long time. I know what she's capable of. I followed Taila for a good 3 years now. And I knew what she was coming to do. And this is what happened. Triple threat strikes again, man. Look at that. BJ, you might want to sub out Montana De La Rosa and put Taila Santos in. Do that for me and we'll be on good terms for sure. Go ahead and sub out Montana De La Rosa and put Taila Santos up in there. Yeah. Let's do that. Come on, BJ, do it. Anyways, all right. Triple threat strikes. Taila Santos, she gets the submission win. Just like I called it. I said, okay. There's two ways this fight's going to go. Taila Santos, she's not big on finishing with the hands. She's about to prove me wrong, but she's not big on knockouts like in the UFC, okay? She's knocked people out before she got here. But as she got into the UFC, she turned into more of a technical striker and more of a grappler. She's been working her ground game a lot in the UFC, which is smart. But going into this fight, I said, okay, it's going two ways. JoJo lacks defense. Takedown defense is non-existent sometimes. Taila Santos is going to have her way in this fight. She's either going to dominate, maul, and brawl JoJo because she's wide open, or she's going to take her down and submit her. I didn't see these punches coming though, like dropping her. I mean, the power surprised me. Like, JoJo has a good chin. JoJo's never been knocked out. She's been submitted twice. 3 times. Marina Moreau submitted her. Andrade submitted her. Jennifer Maia submitted her. So that tells you what she's like on the ground. But Taila Santos, to me, showed another level. She came in here. She let JoJo get into a rhythm on the back foot. She couldn't get her respect. Nothing to hurt Taila. Taila was fighting behind a good jab, good body punches too. There was a good jab Taila landed to the body. Then she came up top with the right hand to the head that stunned JoJo early in the fight. I don't know if y'all saw that. There was like a good overhand right, and boom, JoJo got stunned. And then they went back to striking. JoJo on the back foot trying to land them kicks. Nothing big. She needed to look for head kicks, but they weren't coming. So Taylor's putting them 1-2s down the pipe. What happens next? Same fashion. Same as she did to Roxy. Backed her into the fence. Boom. Right hand puts her down. I was like, okay. Oh, man. This is it. Oh, now Taylor's showing the power in the UFC. It's over. It's over. And what does she do? She doesn't go wild. She gets back up, put some distance between her and JoJo, which is smart, right? You don't want to smother your offense. You want to take your time. She puts that space between her and JoJo so she can, get another clean shot. That's what you got to do. That's IQ. That's IQ right there, BJ. Taylor puts that space between her and JoJo. What comes next? Left hook, right hand, boom, down again. Probably could have got knocked out if she would have let her back up. But this time she goes in, snakes around the back, puts that arm up under. You know, Jojo, like I said, she's not flexible on the ground. She's not slippery. Easy choke. Rolled her off of her after Jojo tapped. That was it. You know, that's my girl, but credit where credit is due. She got destroyed. All right, let me go back up here. I just had to break that down. I mean, I've been waiting to do that. BJ said, called it. Taila by beatdown. Yeah, Bruno, that's a good photo of her striking. Like, that's how hard she hits, man. Like, she's putting girls on notice. Marcus said Mallory Martin is the GOAT. Somebody block Marcus. I'm taking your wrench. This dude said, he said Mallory Martin is a GOAT. Somebody block him. Yeah, Daniel Edwards. Taylor's jacked. She jacked. Ephraim, what's going on? He said still sticking with Taila versus Valentina next. Other than that, it would be Jennifer Maia versus Valentina again. Does anyone want to see that? I wouldn't mind. I mean, Maia's the only one who's showing interest in fighting her. You know what I mean? Brian said PJ thought Jojo was robbed. Wow. Java says, I thought Santos is a bit slow, plotting, and not much of a counter striker. Vieira is a terrible matchup for her. I don't know. That's a good fight, though. I wouldn't say she's slow. It depends on what mode she's in. I mean, Santos was homing in. She was stalking in this one, you know. She was stalking. Jojo wasn't really giving her any reason to be overly fast. You know what I mean? Like, if you're dealing with somebody like Jojo who wants to stay on the outside and strike, you got to plod forward. No need to be a counter striker in this fight. I mean, why you going to be a counter striker? Jojo's playing that role. You play the plotter. You play the counter punch. I mean, you play the pressure puncher here. Okay? That's what she did. She went to the body, went to the head, and she broke her down. She walked her down. No need to be the counter puncher. Why you going to be the counter puncher here? You know, this fighter here is being a counter striker. You cut him off. You jab your way in, and you end it. Break it down for me, Zaman. I mean, come on. You know that. There's no need to try to showcase speed and all this other stuff. Plod forward. You take them out. If this person can't hurt you, why am I going to waste time trying to strike from the outside and be a counter striker and be a boring fight? If I know I can end it, I'm going to end it. Everything she did was 100%. It was A+. That's IQ right there. She let Jojo get back up after the first knockdown, put some space between her, hurt her again, didn't smother her offense. Come on now. Come on, Zaman. That was a perfect fight. The boss said, I expected Santos to dominate Jojo, but I didn't expect her to spark her like that. Yeah, I knew she was going to get choked out, but, you know, like I said, the head is on the line. Jennifer Maia hit her with some big punches. She hit her with some big punches. Robot Chicken said, how about Corey McKenna versus Loopy? Ooh, that's good, man. I forgot about her. I follow her, too, man. I forgot all about Corey McKenna. That's a good fight, Robot. Yeah. Jama said Jojo got chinned by Moreau and Marina. She got hit, yeah, but she made it through. She still won. Moreau submitted her. She bounced back from Courtney Casey and won the fight. I mean, well, what else are we talking about with that? I mean, Taila did what they couldn't do. Well, you know, Moreau, she submitted her, so I won't say Taila. Taila did what Casey couldn't do. 2B says scale of 1 to 10, Taila versus Shevchenko. Taila's chances of winning. I'm gonna talk about that here in a minute. As far as winning and just taking the fight, there's two different ways I see it. Yes, she could take the fight now, just to take it and say I was a challenger, or there's a chance to wait till you can build yourself up to win. I mean, till you're really, really ready to win. I mean, yes, she's ready in the sense of fighting her. Okay, she can go take the fight. But is she going to win? Like, there's a difference. Some people just come to fight. Some people come to win. Brian Williams said he thought it was for prospects. Well, it was, and she's still here, Yeah, she's bona fide now. To me, she is now. Well, you want me to take her out? I mean, I'm going to keep her in there. Who you want me to put in there? Casey O'Neill? No, really, though, my triple threat is for prospects. And it's for those fighters that I think will give Valentina trouble eventually, or give her a good fight. So that's what it is. I'm gonna just keep her in there though. Jojo just signed a new 4-fight contract. Maybe she'll regret that now. Oh, wow. Well, I think Manon is going to be one of those fights on her contract. Oh, BJ said Casey O'Neill is my alternate because 2 of my triple threats are down. Dang, he still got Casey O'Neill's alternate. Okay. But eventually, yeah, Santos, she'll probably come out of the triple threat, and then we have to flex somebody new in. Akinsa says Jojo's slow start hurt her. She wasn't really slow to me. I mean, Jojo had a good start. I thought she was trying to establish her leg kicks, and it was just the fact that Taila walked through most of that, It was just that one was better. BJ said MDLR versus Jojo. Australia said y'all think Taila is bigger threat than Manon now. I think it takes a thinking fighter to beat Valentina. You know what I mean? Somebody that's going to take time to give space, somebody with defense as well. Somebody that doesn't want to just go in there and get hit. It's hard to say, Bruno says Santos had a good game plan. I liked her kicks. She's just slow. Zama said Counter-Striker, not his overall style, but has added skill to her overall skill set. She ate JoJo strikes. She was eating meatball strikes. Firo would light her up and backpedal all night. Okay, yeah. I brought that up in my live stream the other day. Like, the Molly fight, she was eating big right hands. She was eating big right hands. That's why I said one of the things she needs to improve on is her defense. But going into this style matchup with JoJo, it's like, don't worry about sitting back here. If you can hit somebody and hurt them, which she knew she could, there's no need to try to draw this out. Like, if you know this person's not hitting you with the hardest punches, in my opinion, Molly McCann hit her with clean punches, with cleaner, better punches and better strikes than JoJo did. So in that fight, yeah, there should have been a point where she adjusted. But this fight here, it was like JoJo staying at the same pace. So all you have to do is come forward, go to the body, get it to the ground, or knock her out. You know what I mean? And if you fight somebody like Manon Firo or Taila Santos, yeah, you can't take this approach. different approach. Yeah, different styles for different fights. You know, you don't see Valentina fight the same way. I mean, she has her style, but you never see her fighting the person the same way. You know, that's my point about that. Like, Santos can work on counter punching, but this wasn't really the fight for that. If you want to work on counter punching, Jessica Andrade should be your next opponent. Stamina said, folks in this chat drive me nuts sometimes with that so and so gets hit. There's only one fighter that doesn't get hit. Please stop using that as a negative. Not getting hit is highly uncommon. Yeah, everybody gonna get hit, man. Everybody. It's all how you react. It's all about why you get hit too. You know what I mean? Like, if you know that you're coming forward and this person doesn't hit that hard and you're in a position to get in, you got to take it. Yeah, Nabash, I want to see Manon I. That's a fight I've been calling for. Yeah, Marcus, I'm telling you, man, Jojo has got to move her head. I mean, I don't know if it's going to do her much now, but she's really got to move her head. You know, that's what's costing her these fights. Like, you want to keep trading, you want to show your good chin, but chin only lasts so long, man. But yeah, the triple threat, I mean, they're tearing through, like, and that's what it is. It is for prospects, yeah, but we're gonna keep going with them as they advance. You know, like same with Manon, she's number 14. When she gets to number 15, she's gonna stay in there as well, because that's what it is now. You know, we're following the UFC career of these three fighters as they get there. That's the overall point of the triple threat. Like, I'm sure that's what BJ's doing with his. You know, Montana, from here, if she's to get to the top 15, she's still triple threat. You know, he's got Grasso in his. She's already in the top level. You know, he's still triple threat. And I just see him as the three that are going to take over the division, if you will. Like, they'll weed out the old fighters, and they'll also get to that top 15 eventually and just smoke some of these fighters. Like, case in point, Taila Santos smoking out Jojo, man. Dominating Roxanne. Manon, if she does the same to Jessica I, hey, we riding there. Yeah, BJ, they got her eyes on Jojo, man. It's crazy. Oh, Robert, you finally saw that fight? Dang. You finally saw that fight? The first fight when the man that have Shevchenko on the ground for a bit. Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe you just saw that. The boss said Taylor's defense didn't really look too bad to me. She's not Shevchenko, but at least she sees the punches coming, even though she doesn't get out of the way every time. Right. Yeah, like, she will adjust. And you see it here in this picture. She's throwing that left hand over the around the guard of Jojo. Zalman said contenders: Firo, Santos, Andrea Lee, Casey O'Neill. I don't know about Casey O'Neill. Oh, you got numbers by him. 37. He thinks number 1 contenders: Firo. 2 and 3 is Santos and Lee. Yeah, those 3. Yeah, I can see Lee being a contender. Yeah. Robot Chicken said, let's get Calvillo, Jojo out of here. Hey. I ain't got nothing wrong with that. I mean, as long as we can keep it going. You know, if it keeps the division moving, that's what we got to do. You know, Roxy's already on her way out, so we can't argue that. But yeah, Taylor, I got a video coming. I'm going to talk about this later, man. Taila Santos, after the fight, you know, she just said that, look, I got somebody in mind. She didn't want to disclose it. I don't know what that means. You know, she's just training for that fight. And they're going from there. Like, what do y'all think that meant? Like, do you think Taila Santos meant a gatekeeper, or do you think she meant Valentina Shevchenko? What do y'all think? Is a fight with Lauren Murphy or Andrade coming? Or do you think the Valentina fight's coming this spring? What do you think that meant? Yeah, Kenta, he said they're going out very soon. Yeah. And Murphy, yeah. What do y'all think that meant, though? She just said that there's a fight coming, or she can't disclose. And yeah, she's training for it. Like, I think that should have been her opportunity to say, look, I either want Valentina, or we're gonna fight a gatekeeper. One more fight, then we'll get there. Because, I mean, at least Andrea Lee said, look, I want to earn it. I mean, I was knocking her the other day here last week, which I'm still going to do that, Gordon. But Andrea Lee at least said, okay, I want to earn it, meaning eventually she'll get there. But Taylor, I didn't get that. Like, is it the champion, or is it a title eliminator? I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, in the position she's in right now, Taylor could get one more fight and then the Valentina fight. Like, I'm going to put her through the process like everybody. You got to fight one of those gatekeepers, the winner of Chikeg and Maya, or Andrade. If you can go in there and destroy Andrade in better fashion than Valentina, that makes the fight all the more better. I mean, this Tuesday, Taylor's probably going to be ranked number 5, though, right? So she is ready, though, technically. Because Jojo's probably going to fall to 10 by Tuesday. Santos is going to be 5. So she's in there. I mean, the wheels are turning now. BJ said that means the UFC told me if I win this fight, I get it. Or I get it. Okay. 2B said definitely not Val. BJ said O'Neal, Grasso, Minone, Montana are the contenders plus Taylor. He said plus Taylor. He put Montana over Taylor. Man, you come on, you know that. You know, Taylor's the number 1. Taylor about to be number 5, man. She over all of them. I want Minone versus Jessica I. And I'm going to put this out now. I want Taylor versus Andrade. You know, if the title shot is not in the realms, Santos Andrade. Yeah, 2Bs, I know. Technically, yeah, if she takes Jojo's spot, that makes her the highest ranked fighter that hasn't lost to. Brian said, I think UFC told Taylor that if she dominated Jojo, she's next for the title. The timing is perfect for the spring. Yeah. BJ snuck in De La Rosa, but he gonna put Taylor at the tail end talking about and Taylor. Come on. Zalman said Grasso loses to Arujo there. She barely beat Shadowbox and Barbie. Barely. Zalman, you need to stop that noise, man. You know Grasso put the whooping on. I don't even have to go there, man. That's a round I don't even have to do. I'm going to take that round off. I'm going to just sit in my corner. Now, you know Grasso whooped Barber. Come on. Well, I know that, so that's all that matters. He said Taylor doesn't have skill set to avoid any exchanges against Andrade. She will need her wrestling in that fight. Of course she has the skill set to avoid exchanges of Andrade. Yeah, she does. it's a matter of her executing, like, really not getting drawn into that fight. But yeah, man, she has that. She has the jab. She has the kicks. She has the kickboxing. I mean, she's got the equalizer too. She's got the counter punching ability, in my opinion. You gotta go back and look at some of her early fights, man. And definitely has a strength to keep Andrade honest, I think. Yeah, Grasso beat Barber. I mean, barely. Come on. Clearly won. One round doesn't make a tough fight. You know what I mean? So Taila, what do y'all want? Title shot next or Andrade? What do y'all want? I'll take Andrade, then the title shot. I'm fine with that. What do y'all want, though? Answer that question, and we'll move on to the last topic before I bounce. What do y'all think? Taylor versus Andrade or Taylor versus Shevchenko? Should we take it there? What do you think? Kenta says, see Montana get beat up too much in time again against a bloody mess. Daniel Evans said Taylor could hold Andrade down for 3 rounds. It's favorable matchup. Dangerous on the feet. That's it. Yeah, that's the most dangerous thing about her is her punching power. But I think Taylor has the jiu-jitsu and the strength to handle Andrade. Okay, Robert said Taylor just stopped a much higher caliber fighter in that division than Montana has come close to, and we all know it. Where's De La Rosa's big win? Oh, that's the. Don't ask me, Robert. Brian said Montana can't be considered a contender until she's in the top 15. That's not the question I asked y'all. That's for you, BJ. The boss said, I'm telling you, Andrade is not unbeatable. She's not gonna run through everybody like she did Chikeg and Calvillo. Give her someone with power, and it's a whole different fight. I couldn't agree more. Nabosh. Exactly. Andrade is not unbeatable. Top level fighters, they take her apart. They take her apart. 2B said, can we get some Conor McGregor tweeters in the chat? Post controversial comment and delete. Oh yeah, you know them crazy ones that be. Oh, you know when I get those, man, we must be booming. When I start getting them, man, you know we gonna be live up in here. But I don't want to lose y'all up in the chat though. Crazy stuff. Oh boy, BJ said so is Manon. Look, keep my girl out of this. Robot Chicken says Santos versus Bullet. Okay, he wants Santos and Bullet. Daniel Edwards said title shot because of lack of fresh faces. Straya said, isn't Andrade going down to 115? I'm not sure yet. It's kind of 50-50. She wants to, but nothing is solid. Brian Williamson, known as a prospect for more, but you're calling Montana a contender. Yeah, Montana's not a contender. I'll say that. Manon is closer to being a contender than she is. Okay, I said it there. Into that. Taylor versus Andrade is my vote. Okay, I'm with you, 2Bs. I'm with you on that. Stamina says I don't like Taylor versus Jessica. I don't like someone that already had their shot being able to stop someone to come up. I like it. I like it because I want to see her get a common opponent, destroy that common opponent the same way, and make it more interesting. BJ said Montana beats most of the top 10. Okay, Robot Chicken says send him back to China. Man, I ain't even going to talk about that clown. I was about to talk about that clown, but I just posted up on my thing, man. Trash. Send him back to China. Get out of here with that crap. Don't start that. Cody Durden, you garbage, man. You don't even start stuff like that, man. That same like, them punk. I was about to, let me hold my tongue. I was about to start cussing, man. That's like them kids back in the day, little racist kids used to say, send them back to Africa and stuff like that towards kids. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I grew up in. So it's like, I don't want to hear people use that term for whatever reason, whatever context you have it. Send them back to Africa, send them back to China, whatever it is. Send you back to the trailer park you came from. I'll keep it at that. That garbage out of here. Everybody trying to make this U.S. versus China thing and this political thing like you were some type of patriot. That's another story. Holding my tongue again on this one because I'm going to have to do a video straight on that. But y'all know what I mean. Those are different gloves I have to put on, I got the MMA gloves on right now, but that's a different one. Zama said even Fancy Rose couldn't help but go into exchanges because she's not a counterpuncher. And Santos, plus to that, is a plotter. She needs to clinch and wrestle. I still won't say she could counterpunch in that fight. It comes down to timing. She could do it. Yeah, Bruno, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, you over here, you wave your red and white blue flag that says made in Taiwan or made in China. Where's the logic in that? People be waving American flags that were made in China. How? Come on. What is that? What is that? How do you wave an American flag that was made in China? I thought this was supposed to be real patriotism, right? You're supposed to be up in your own warehouse, slaving away, making your own flags. Don't get me started. Because those are combos I can drop all day on people. You just don't know. Like, when you lived it, like I said, this is just, we talking real. We just talking the fight game here. But I mean, when you put that type of trash in the game and just start with that, go back to send them back to here and there, like, get out of here, man. Stop trying to start that political mess, man. Go on. Trying to get everybody in Florida riled up again, Yeah, Kenta, that's why I said I ain't even gonna waste my time talking about that. I ain't wasting my time. I mean, Jamin says you're always optimistic and I'm always a skeptic. Your outlook to life is better. I mean, hey. Well, I mean, it's good to have you over here. I mean, you open my eyes about certain things, Jamin. I mean, there's truth in certain things you're saying. I mean, it's good to have somebody that can make me. Well, I'm not as optimistic as you think. I prepare for the worst. Let me just put it that way. If you really want to know, I prepare for the worst. I don't think the worst, but I prepare for the worst. So. Daniel Edwards said Andrade needs a real test. Yeah. Yeah, send your American flag back to China. That's all I'm saying, the Bosch. I'm like, come on. Yeah. I said that the other day, Stam, and I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, he's a cynic. He's a cynic, not skeptic. He's a cynic. I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I said the other day. I was like, man, you being a cynic. He's a cynic, yeah. That's what Stamina's right. He's a cynic. But let's talk this last fight here, man. I mean, BJ, I was holding out because I know you wanted to talk about this fight. Let's see. Kelvin Vieira and Miesha Tate. We won't be too long on it. What did y'all think? Ketlin versus Miesha Tate. I was about to do a coin toss, right? And heads was Tate, Ketlin was tails. Heads came up Tate. I said, you know what? I'm not going with that. I'm going with Ketlin Vieira. Last minute change. I said, Ketlin Vieira. Come on. Math just adds up. Ketlin may have not had any good showings as of lately against Yana Kunitskaya. I mean, injuries, Irene Aldana. But she's huge, man. Come on. Her size and her striking versus Miesha Tate's defense. Come on. Miesha Tate has not evolved enough to hang with this type of striking or this type of strength of this bigger fighter. You know what I mean? Her defense has not changed, in my opinion. And it showed in this fight. The Marion Renault fight was just that. You know, Marion was out the door, and she's on her way in, and it's going to make this person look good who's ready to come back after, 5-6 years? You know, but it's not really going to make you, it's not really going to gauge you on what you can do against active young fighters, you know, fighters that are much stronger. And Ketlin Vieira, from the jump, had a good jab going, you know. She was disappointing me because she wouldn't pull the trigger. I mean, too much waiting, a lot of damage being done, you know, enough to where I could have said, okay, Ketlin needs to go in and stop her because it was there. First round was, you know, nice strikes being landed. Good strikes from Tate in the first round or so. But eventually, like, Ketlin Vieira was settled in and she was taking Tate's best shots, and she could have just walked her down and beat her up, man. Ketlin ate one of Miesha Tate's right hands and it didn't even move her. You know? Ketlin just kept putting those shots down the pipe. Miesha got like one takedown, right? But it wasn't really anything, you know, it changed the rhythm of the fight. I just think Ketlin was sharper. Didn't really need speed like I thought she would have, because Miesha is similar to Jojo, doesn't move her head enough. She'll dart in and dart out, back straight up. That's why she was getting hit with clean punches. You know, she was getting ripped with some hard right hands. Ketlin stunned her a couple times. Y'all saw that. Ketlin stunned her a couple times. And when she stunned her, she should have went in for the knockout. So, Ketlin won. But the way she fought, that's not going to help her beat fighters like GDR or Amanda Nunes, because she was holding back. I don't know why. 2B said Ketlin pretty much just outstruck and defended takedowns well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, she didn't do anything fancy, which I'm glad you brought that up, 2Bs, because if that's all she did, just those two things, that just shows you that Miesha Tate has not evolved. So that's a question. Should Miesha Tate still be in the game? That was a good point you brought up, because Ketlin just stuffed the takedowns, kept the jab in her face, and kept it standing. And Miesha Tate could not adjust. She could not adjust to this fighter. She kept trying to bang and throw big punches, but she could not get her respect. So I don't know, Miesha Tate, man, like, that wasn't no evolution. Yeah, you look good in the Marion Renault fight, but again, like I said, that's his own thing. I mean, you in there with the active bantamweights now. Stray said GDR versus Ketlin. I'm gonna go with GDR. BJ said Miesha stood for 5 rounds and didn't look bad in there. She didn't look good, I'll put it that way. She didn't look her best. Took too many hits from me. Brian said Miesha lost that because she could still fire in her head in exactly the same spot that you always could, and her face bleeds easily. Yeah, her nose, yeah. MJ said Ketlin was running that entire fight. I don't think so. I mean, she was holding back, but last couple of rounds she went on the bike, which I don't know why. That kind of, I don't know. Ketlin, I don't know what she was doing them last 2 rounds, but I'm gonna say she ran the whole fight. The first 3 rounds she bagged, and what was it? Miesha Tate won the fourth, or the third or fourth. Either one, I don't know. But that 5th round, I don't know what she was doing on the bike, man. I was like, come on, you the big woman here. Walk her down. Knock her out. You see what Taila Santos did to Jojo? She walked her down and took her out. Taila, that's how you do. Somebody lack defense, walk them down and you knock them out. Bruno said, I feel sorry for fighters that have to fight. Tate should easily been retired now. Yeah, she married and got 2 kids, and I mean, maybe she should be doing other things, but yeah, I mean, if she's still finding this as a source of income for taking care of her 2 kids, ooh, I hate that for her, you know what I mean? Like, she should just be promoting or doing something else, which I'm sure she could. BJ said they stung each other in there. Tate stung her good, though. I mean, no. Vieira stung her good. MJ said, I hope GDR KOs Vieira. I want Miesha to win. Ketlin was looking very bad. Yeah, I think GDR would KO her, though. Yeah, I mean, GDR got the game changer, the equalizer in both hands. BJ said it wasn't that she couldn't adjust. She just wasn't chasing the wrestling like she used to. She was confident in her hands. That sounds like she couldn't adjust then. You know what I mean? That just sounds like she couldn't adjust. Because she wanted to strike and say, okay, I'm striking, but time to adjust. But why didn't you adjust? Yeah, I mean, y'all can say almost, like, we can say almost, but almost doesn't count, as we know, right? Ketlin won the fight 4-1. I saw it 4-1. Simple as that. Yeah, I know about that too, BC. I know she was part of ONE FC, but I'm just saying, like, there's got to be part of you that, why do you want to fight? Why do you want to continue to get this as a source of income? Like, but why walk away from it? You know what I mean? If you, let me put it this way. You say she walked away from it. Well, if you walked away from it, then you are going to need a source of income, right? Yeah, because I thought she had some stock in ONE FC, right? She was ownership in that. But are you saying she walked away from it? Because if you walked away from it, then yeah, you need to be fighting. But yeah, okay. Miesha Tate defenses aside, she lost. And if she lost to a fighter like Ketlen Vieira, who we were all kind of ragging as far as her inactivity, and she still beat her 4-1, tell me who else Miesha Tate's going to beat then. Right? Who else is she going to beat? Don't see her beating Macy Chiasson. Even unless she chooses to finally wrestle, maybe. Maybe Irene Aldana. I don't know. I mean, that just shows you, I mean, you have to be a complete fighter to be able to destroy and win. I mean, like, what else do you have to offer, Miesha, if you can't wrestle or if you can't strike with this big wall of a woman? You got to have something. Valentina Shevchenko, she takes on different styles. She has something for everything, I mean, come on. Yeah, 4 rounds to 1 for Ketlin. Misha's defense is her biggest flaw. If you continue to leave your face wide open, then you can just forget it. I mean, you're going to have to take somebody with 0 takedown defense and 0 wrestling to look good now. But yeah, I think Misha has to fight down now. It's not fair to give her somebody up in rankings, right? You got to fight down. Nabaj said Misha Tate versus Carol Rosa. Yeah, Carol Rosa or Avila. Either one of those fights are good. Or yeah, let her get a rematch with Rocky if Rocky beats Avila. You know what I mean? Games change, man. Yeah, games change, MJ. You know. I don't know about that. I ain't. If you haven't really evolved, I'm not really gonna. Even if you did have the long layoff, I don't really want to see you fight if you can't change, man. Like, I'm be real. I'm a fan of Jojo. I like to see her fight, but I don't think I want to see her fight anymore if she can't make any changes. Yeah, it's a disqualifying loss with 2 beasts. Yeah, it's definitely, um, it's definitely. See, I say Tate shouldn't fight anymore because of what you just brought up, the disqualifying loss, because she wants to be champion again, right? Her whole goal to come back was because she wants to be champion. And if this is a disqualifying loss, then there's no need to keep going because she wants to do it to become a champion again. And if you can't beat this person, then you know you can't beat Nunes, right? Or even GDR. So why continue? BJ said GDR submitted a reckless Pena. I mean, that's a lot. That's her first submission win. I mean, her first submission win was against a grappler. And she's been working on her takedown defense. I mean, GDR has probably evolved more than Tate has, you know what I mean? Which is not saying much because she's been out for so long, but at least GDR has evolved and worked on her takedown defense. I mean, Amanda's just on another level, so, I mean, ain't nobody touching Amanda right now. You know, okay, Robert. Well, yeah, you ain't the only one cutting out early. I'm about to cut out here too. Yeah, we about to wrap it up tonight. But yeah, that was pretty much all I wanted to talk about though, as far as Tate and Vieira. Ketlin still didn't really show me anything to make me say she's gonna be back where she started. But we'll see. Tate versus Carol Rosa is a good fight. That'll work. I'll take that. Australia said, I can't believe Tate was calling Ronda Rousey 3 a while back. Man, Ronda ain't even messing with that. Ronda ain't even messing with that. Yeah, so final thoughts before we get up out of here. The strawweight division is looking good. They just got to work out these rankings. You know, shout out to Loopy. Shout out to Sam. Like I said, I thought Sam Hughes did enough to win the fight. People are arguing me on that, but I don't care. You know, that's just what I thought. I thought she won. Loopy should be in the top 15 within next year. Sometime in the spring, I think. Taylor Santos, Andrade would be a good fight. But she needs to make it known that she wants that belt, man. She's got to make it known. Got to tell them, look, Taylor wants the bullet. You know, let's get it. And yeah, Tate, she could get one more fight. You know, get one more fight. Just to, of course, if he wins, he'll keep going. But I mean, y'all give her one more chance. I gave worse people more chances than that. But Ketlen Vieira, yeah, let's see her take on. I like to see her and not Irene, but GDR fight. That would be good. Or her and Aspen Ladd. That would be a good fight. You know. Yeah, Robot Chick. She got heart, got skills too. It's just a matter of letting it go, man. You know. But yeah, let's wrap this thing up. Let me see here. About to wrap this thing up, y'all. Time to close it out. Probably jump back on. Kind of busy the next couple of days. We got this holiday coming up this week. So, you know, I'll probably do one on the go tomorrow or Tuesday. But we'll definitely be back on Wednesday for sure. See here, yeah, we about to get up out. So yeah, Wednesday, sure, I got a couple videos to put out too though. Okay, close this out, close that out. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat, and we're gonna, like I said, try to get these subscribers up, get these notifications out. So, if you're a fan of WMMA, you know, why not subscribe? Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. And subscribe if you haven't. And like always, Combo Breaker 99. I am out. Later, guys. Subscribe. Peace.